that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal. And that's what I'm working for. Who cares? I tell you what, who cares? Donald Trump cares. And when we balance the budget, you know what that means? That means our deficits stop. Interest rates come smashing down. His goal is to have external revenue. You know, the way I think about it, we all are so used to paying taxes. We're so used to it. We have like Stockholm syndrome. You know, don't stop the Internal Revenue Service, God forbid. How about this? The rest of the world leans on our economy, breathes off our economy. Not only is our economy $29 trillion GDP, but we consume $20 trillion a year. We are the buyer of everybody's stuff. We buy everybody's stuff. So who's more important? The people who sell stuff or the people who buy stuff? So we are the buyer of everybody's commodities, products, goods and services. Everything comes from us, right? Let them pay a membership fee. We all understand that model. Let them pay. How about we, you and I, and every single person we know pay less? How about no tax on tips? How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
President Trump has spoken about replacing income tax with tariff revenue, especially with all this waste, fraud, and abuse that we're seeing cut. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. And in fact, if you think about the China tariff revenue that we're estimating is coming in from the 10% that we just added, plus the de minimis thing, that it's between $500 billion and $1 trillion over 10 years is our estimate. And that's something that is outside of the reductions that markets are seeing through the negotiations up on the Hill. And so we expect that the tariff revenue is actually going to make it much easier for Republicans to pass a bill, and that was the president's plan all along.
Oh, yeah, get rid of it. Income tax, this tax. Let's go down the list, you know. The 47th president, Donald John Trump, is you know, the one with these thoughts, these ideas. You know, we should be clapping and crying and applauding. I'm just saying, you know, Democrats ought to be walked out, thrown in jail live on air. Not for the people, not for the working class, the middle class. Votes against them. We struggling. We the people struggling. You know. Ripped out our shoes. Got homeless veterans. We got people working 3 to 4, 5, 8 jobs. Blood, sweat, tears. 30, 40, 50, 100 hours a week. Money, but money gone, stolen, wasted, abused. People got their hands in the cookie jar. Spend it on these ridiculous programs that nobody knows what it even is. And then come to find out it went over here and over here, but it's still nothing has been done. Or this wasn't made. This didn't work out. I mean, man, it's a bunch of crap. Then they hire more thousands and thousands of more agents to audit you and I. They wanted more taxes on the people. And people are struggling. People are dying right now. Let's get into this video, family. I hope everybody is blessed, well, and healthy, man. I love you guys, family. If you're new here, join the family, subscribe. You know, we keep it real, man. Hit the like button for your boy. We got an amazing video we're going to get into. Trump's new tax plan, new tax cut just broke the internet. and everybody is talking about it right now. Let's jump in. There's only one president that is talking about these kind of things, that cares about these kind of things for the people. You know? But they drag this man through the mud. They drag conservatives through the mud. MAGA through the mud. Oh, what about that Elon Musk fella? Through the mud. You know? And then come to find out, years ago, these presidents, these Democrats, same people used to preach and praise about some of the stuff that is taking place right now. But Trump and Elon is doing it. They're the bad guys. But this has been breaking the internet these last 24 to like 30, 40 something hours, because I know it came out like the day before yesterday, but it has been breaking the internet. Everybody's talking about it. Even right now, as I'm recording this, people are just posting all kind of things about it. But Donald Trump, our president, wants to eliminate taxes for anyone who's making less than $150,000 a year. Yes. You are reading this correct. Again, none of the other weak presidents was on this type of timing. I'm sorry. You know, but this is the bad guy. This is the bad guy, man. You know, this is why we won, man. This is why. It was a landslide. People know what type of timing he is on, you know. And these people need to fix their act and fall in line. A lot of them need to be thrown in jail. Walk them out. Put your hands behind your back. A lot of them need to be walked out in handcuffs. They need to be audited, investigated, and thrown in jail. I'm just saying. People got caught with their hands in the cookie jar. Yeah. Democrats, money gone, money wasted, money stolen. You know, our money, yeah. And then it goes over here, over here, over here. We don't know what the hell that is. What is that? It's a disgrace. People have been ripped out their shoes, man, on their knees, struggling. Yeah. But here he is again, breaking the internet, you know. And again, Democrats, they're not for the people, you know. The women's rights was a scam talking point. They vote against no tax on tips, Social Security, overtime. They're not for the working people. But this man right here is. The 47th president of the United States is. You know. But do you support Trump eliminating all taxes for Americans earning less than $150,000? Y'all let me know in the comment section. And y'all know what I'm advocating for. Y'all know we advocate for common sense, for a lot of things to be just shut down, eliminated. And when we're praying things are done before April 15th. They shut the IRS down. We get rid of property tax. I mean, we could just go down the list of things that we are shooting for on this channel. And what we've been preaching about, man. You know, because the American people have been, I'm not even going to say the word on camera, but you know what I mean. I mean, don't own anything, have nothing, beat down to the ground, you know. And I think Vivek Ramaswamy just came out a couple hours ago shooting for to eliminate property taxes in all of Ohio. I mean, Florida right now is hopping on board. Ron DeSantis. I mean, they're all these Republicans, man. I tell you, you know. But these Democrats need to be made an example out of and just walked out. You know, forget retired, resigning, you know, being voted out. People need to be just thrown in jail. I'm being honest with you. But here it is, man. This clip has broke the internet.
No tax on tips. How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal.
So
that's what I'm.
You know, and it's crazy. All these thoughts, and as you can see, there's tons of thoughts, and you know, even as you see in this past election, Kamala was still in the man's campaign. She even came and said, well, you know, I'm going to do no tax on tips and overtime, and yeah. But all these thoughts is coming from Donald Trump, the Trump administration. You know, I'm just saying. But again, they drag us through the mud. This is the bad guy. Him and that Musk fella. You know. Oh boy. But I'm here for this, you guys. Let me know what y'all think about. I want to get into this other video from Hive Mind. But I love to see these reactions all over the internet right now. You know, it's just simple. We want America first, man. The America first. People in America, and this is what I'm shooting for us to live like kings, man. For us to live like kings and queens. I'm telling you. Because you go way over here. I mean, and this is why I tell you guys, if you get an opportunity to travel, go travel. If you haven't gotten your passport yet and you think about it, go get it. Go travel. If you can afford it, please go travel. And them airline prices are coming down, as you can see. A lot of things are coming down. Eggs, gasoline, stuff is coming down. Don't worry. It's a process, but it's starting to come down, as you can see. You know? But I am here for this, you guys. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year is his goal. It says Trump is the GOAT. This is his goal, man. And he's the only one talking about these things. The only president, man, that is for the working people. You know. And annually, that is 80% of Americans. Just saying. Let me pull this up. So if someone earns $150,000 a year, federal taxes are $25,000. We are so blessed to have President Trump lead the way. You know, Secretary Howard Lutnick has revealed that President Trump is aiming to eliminate taxes for individuals earning less than $150,000 annually. This policy is a part of a broader funding strategy, which includes balancing the national budget and reducing the deficit. However, the proposal has not been officially introduced legislation. Remains in the discussion phase, you know, and there's a lot of things in the discussion phase right now, man, you know, but this is things that needs to be pushed out even more. And I'm glad this is going viral. I'm glad this is in the spotlight. You know, just when Trump broke the internet in the whole entire world, announcing no tax on this, on that, on overtime tips, you know, these things matter, man. Like I say, the American people are hit upside the head, struggling, you know, down to our knees, man. Money gone. You know, people working 30, 40, 50, 100 hours a week, tired, man. 2 to 3 jobs. You know, we got homeless veterans on the street. We got people. I mean, we could just go down the list. You know, our elderly still working. But this is the guy coming out with these things. I'm just saying. But him and Elon Musk are the bad guys. Is what they're trying to change the narrative to. You know. But let's get into this.
Hypocrisy of the left. You know, it really is time for change. I know politicians run on this. That was Obama's whole thing. But you got these politicians promising drastic change and reforms, and then they come in and pretty much do the same old, same old. We're still on the same path. The status quo is not only kept intact, but it's further enabled and expanded. And it's funny because we're constantly hearing the Democrats talking about how broken the system is, right? The system is broken. But for some reason, even though they acknowledge that the system is broken, they never really seem intent on actually trying something new, changing the approach. And this is an important thing. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You got to pivot. You got to experiment. You got to try something new and eventually land on what actually works. It's time.
And again, the Democrats and the that campaign, Kamala. They came out and said, we want to tax we the people more, tax the hardworking patriots even more. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen all those crazy policies that they were? It was ridiculous, man. Same people who hired 80,000 more agents to audit you and I. Yeah. It's a disgrace, man. Not ever vote for a Democrat again. I'm telling you, they ain't gonna be in for a long time, man. They ain't gonna be in for a long time. Shout out to, if my dad's watching right now, shout out to my dad, man. Hey, hey, what you say? It's gonna be so good, especially what's going to take place. They might not ever be in there for ever again, or a very, 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 very long time. A Democrat, they gonna see office in a very long time. Yeah. Let this Trump administration get them keep them boots stomping on the ground, and we get all these things put in place. I'm telling you, they not gonna be in for a very long time. Mark my words.
For change, it's time for the pendulum to swing. And that's why this is the exact conversation that needs to be had. For too long, the middle class has been absolutely bled dry by overgrown, wasteful government that takes and takes and takes while giving almost nothing in return. Well, it's time to start questioning that system and opting for something new. In other words, the pendulum swinging significantly in the other direction and doing things differently. And that's exactly what Donald Trump is doing now with his latest proposal, taking his idea of tax reforms to a whole other level. It's not just no tax on tips, no tax on overtime and Social Security payments. He's now floating the idea of eliminating the federal tax for anyone making $150,000 a year or less. In other words, taking the tax burden off of the lower to middle class. President Trump is actually out here thinking big and thinking different. In other words, he wants to deliver real, true change and reform. Try something new because currently the system is not working, and it's about damn time. Also, no wonder the bureaucratic big government class hates him so much. But let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so first off, take a look at this announcement from Howard Lutnick.
How about no tax on tips? How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal. And that's what I'm working for.
I'm absolutely loving the openness to new radical ways of thinking. And it's time to have a serious conversation about how taxation has not kept up with inflation. $150,000 a year is not what it was 10, 20 years ago. Thanks to government mismanagement, reckless spending, and endless money printing, the purchasing power of your dollar has plummeted. Inflation has reduced your purchasing power, but if you think about it, the tax brackets haven't really changed much. It's funny how that works, right? Well, maybe it's time to start having that conversation. Maybe shifting the tax brackets upwards, or eliminating the tax burden on middle-income earners and below. The simple fact is people are struggling and the tax brackets haven't been updated, which is clearly having an impact on the middle class. Nowadays it's pretty common to hear that somebody's making $150,000, $200,000 a year and living paycheck to paycheck. And it's funny because we got these Democrats constantly talking about the cost of living crisis, but for some reason they refuse to acknowledge the most obvious solution. Let people keep more of the money that they earn. But no, of course not. They would never even entertain the idea. Instead, they just want to keep gobbling up all that money from the middle class, spend it on useless programs, expanding bureaucracy, and then act shocked and act compassionate as if they care when they read the headlines of people struggling, even making six figures. In my mind, it's time to try something new, or maybe going back to what worked in the past, allowing people to keep more of their hard-earned paycheck. But again, of course, no, you can't even say those words near a big government leftist bureaucrat type, because they'll react in the most predictable fashion possible. They'll probably start screeching about how reckless and irresponsible it is, because apparently the only responsible thing is robbing the people blind while delivering very little in return. But the suggestion is that it's irresponsible to reduce taxes because it's going to lead to an increased deficit. Oh no. Well, maybe that highlights an interesting problem. Maybe that's not a problem whatsoever. maybe that's the best part, because if you actually cut taxes, well, it'll force government to cut spending. Well, maybe not immediately, considering how addicted Congress is to spending money it doesn't have. But eventually, they probably won't have a choice. The federal government spends more money than it takes in every single year. Trillions extra. It's a total frickin' free-for-all. Well, maybe, just maybe, it's time to start reducing the federal government's tax income and hopefully eventually spending less. No more blank checks, no more bloated agencies or endless waste. Maybe getting back to a lower tax burden and a balanced budget. But no, of course not. I guess that's a little bit too common sense. What the left continues to advocate for and calls you an extremist if you even question is total fiscal irresponsibility, frankly fiscal insanity. And again, to what benefit? Cruddy healthcare, cruddy services, failing schools. It's a complete slap in the face. The conversation is long overdue. It's time for new ideas. It's time to ask the question, are we doing the right thing? Do we have the right approach? Or do we just continue doing the same thing blindly, walking down this path without asking questions? I don't know about you guys, but I'm asking a whole lot of questions, and I'm liking the ideas that Donald Trump is presenting. Like no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security payments.
We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors. And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
And I'm also
put the man on Mount Rushmore. Just put him on Mount Rushmore, please. Can we please put him on Mount Rushmore? And I think after this second term, he most definitely probably might make himself eligible to be put on Mount Rushmore. I'm just saying, because boy, I tell you, I am loving it. I'm loving everything this man is proposing, man. I know there's some things we don't like, some things but majority, most of it, hey, I'm here for it. I am. Because the people have been spit on. People have been put last. The people have been lied to. And yes, I'm talking about you and I. People are dying right now, man. Dying. Blood, sweat, tears. Every single day. Missing time with their loved ones. It's real, man. I watch my dad work every single day. Rest in peace to Rick Sr., man. And he died on the way to work. Every single day, he got up and worked hard, man. Same with my beautiful mother, man. And shout out to our parents. Shout out to our parents that are watching, our future parents, people that want to have families, people that already have. That's why I always want to wish the best in all you guys' life, man, that you are blessed, well, and healthy. That your family is, that you're having an amazing life, that things are going well for you this today, tomorrow, this week, this month, next month, this year. You never know what somebody's going through, man. But as you can see, Americans, we have been, beat down, man. Beat down. And you got somebody that just comes that don't even knock on the door, ask you how you're doing, how's your mental, how's the family. They just knock down the door, come in and take everything and walk out. Take the food out the refrigerator, take your TV off the wall, and walk straight out. The IRSs and all this crap, man. Ridiculous, man.
also asking the question why the corporate press seems so hell-bent on demonizing some of these ideas. I mean, look at the two first headlines that popped up on my Google search when I put in the query Trump no tax on tips. How Trump's no tax on tips could backfire for the working class. Americans are tired of tipping. Experts say that no tax on tips could make things worse. Yeah, apparently, according to the corporate press, reducing the tax burden on working class people is a bad thing and is actually gonna hurt you, according to the experts. So waiters...
According to the experts, anything that Trump proposes is bad, so... Anything that Trump says out of his mouth is bad, according to the experts. The bad man, like I say, he's the way they spend. He's the bad man. Him and that Musk fella. You know, when we talk about Doge, the Doge cuts, but you know, the wasteful spending, and these Democrats were preaching this stuff back in the day, and a couple of them did the exact opposite. But back in the day, they were so for this. But now that you actually have it happen, you actually have a fella named Donald Trump. He's the most richest man in the world doing it. They're the bad guys. It's the billionaires and trillionaires' fault. They're the bad guys. It's crazy, man. You know. Then you see all the corruption coming out. They're not mad at who did it. They're mad at who's exposing it. Let it make sense. Yeah. But your money went to, you know, way over here for you don't even know. Anyways, I'm not even gonna go down that again, man, because I know y'all have seen it. You know, billions and billions and billions of dollars. You know, and it's sad. If you really read everything on that list, it's sad. You know, we got people getting fraudulent checks. You know, people are 150, 300 years old in Social Security. Unbelievable.
Bartenders and service workers might actually be able to keep more of their hard-earned money, and somehow that's a bad thing. Yeah, give me a break. It's a bad thing for the money-addicted, corrupt bureaucrats and their elitist friends. It's time to try something new, folks, in my mind at least. And it's not just about tax cuts. It's about restructuring the entire tax system and outlook. Inflation has hollowed out wages, but the tax brackets haven't budged. The middle class is paying through the nose while federal governments are burning through money they don't even have on useless nonsense, stacking more and more debt for the coming generations. It's time to relieve the burden and put the power back in the hands of the people. These government bureaucrats are not entitled to anyone's money, and I believe a full reset is needed. A system that reflects the world that we actually live in, not the broken one that the powerful elite have established. And at the end,
I love how he said reset. A lot of us, and I see it in the comments, I know some people are saying, I think we need to just shut everything down, even shut the government down. We need a full reboot down here in America. There needs to be a full, just reboot, redo things. Yeah, and I agree, man. Because it's terrible. It really is, man. It is a disgrace, man. This corrupt scam matrix. And that's what I call it. The corrupt scam matrix.
End of the day, very simply in my mind, this is about freedom. You should be able to build wealth, invest in your future, and take care of your family without government taking a massive cut. America wasn't founded on big government bureaucracy. It was founded on the idea that the individual should have the power. And if you don't start pushing back now, well, that power is going to be lost forever, because once the government expands past a certain point, well, at some point, you reach the point of no return, where the bureaucrats, the unions, and the politicians essentially control everything, and then there's no going back. So essentially, the only way forward is going backwards to a time where government was smaller, cutting down the size of government, and letting individual productive citizens pave their own paths, allowing them to work hard and thrive. In other words, it might be time for actual change. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got.
You know, it'll be different if you paid in and there was benefits. You know, the roads were actually nice to drive on. You can actually get, maybe some free free healthcare, or you get free, dental. I mean, just the little things, man. And life is, like I say, this is why go out and travel, because life is completely different in other places, man. And some people are living the dream over here, over here, over here, over here. And then we tell them how we're living down here, and they're like, "What? What?" Yeah. But that's America. I don't think America. Are you sure? Yeah. Come on now. The greatest country of them all. Are you sure that's happening in America? People getting ripped out their shoes. What kind of scam is going on in America? But I'm for the people, man. I'm for the working class, the middle class. I'm for everybody, man. Yeah, I know how I feel. You earned that. You put the blood, sweat, and tears in. That's you. You feel me? That's how I feel, man. I love y'all, family, and I'm wishing the best in everybody's life. Thank y'all for coming and checking out this video and having a good time with your boy tonight. Again, I hope you all are blessed, well, healthy, that your mental's well, that you're in the right space, around the right people, that you spend time with your loved ones, that you don't take time for granted, man. We live in a very, very fast time travel. Nothing is promised to any of us, and right now we're living in some crazy times. So I just want to wish nothing but the best for all you guys. Safe travels, that everything is just going well in you guys' life, man. I love y'all, family. But this new tax plan, these tax cuts, what Trump and the Trump administration is doing, and what they're pushing every single day, everything is, is breaking the internet for a reason, and this is what we voted for, for a lot of these things to be put in place, man. America first, the people first, people first. Simple. I love y'all. Let me know what y'all think of this. And I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love, family.